Well, hello. How's it going today? Welcome to the Curiosity Cache. I am here with Friede, played by Chaz. We're
Hello.
doing a semi-secret solo session. I like that.
Yeah,
Semi-secret solo session.
obsession.
Yay.
Alliteration is amazing.
So, yeah, Friede. The last time we saw Friede was down on the dock. Well, he was on the beach next to the docks of
hmm
Shelzar, and something was calling to him out in the ocean, and all of a sudden there was a sharp pain in the back of Freed's head, and he passed out.
Yeah.
So rather than making Chaz not play Freed for a while, we're going to do this and see how things go, and that may lead the group in our next session to find him or not find
Or
him. We'll see how things go. So, Freed, when you wake up,
Mhm.
just like the scent of unwashed bodies and seawater just like assails your senses, and you look around, and I forget. Can you see in the dark?
Nope.
So
I
all
have.
you really see is like some shafts of like really small shafts of light kind of beaming down from up above you, like you're assuming is a ceiling, and you can see
hmm
bars around you. But other than that, you can't really tell. And there's like this rocking motion to where you're
hmm
sitting, but you can't really tell where you're at. What would you do?
Um, am I restrained at all? Am
You,
I?
you don't feel any like shackles or anything, but as you kind of move around, you definitely feel you're in a fairly small cage. You can feel the bars.
Right. Because someone like feel around, like get a sense for where I am, and then I'm going to say out loud, not necessarily quiet, in this like very angry tone. This is what you wanted me for. This is it.
And you listen, and you don't really that presence that was in your mind is just gone.
God, you asshole. Okay. So then, hmm. I feel around on myself, like, because I assume because I left, um, because I was like very coherent of it, I got dressed with all my effects being like my little dagger and my
Yeah,
like somewhat broken lockpicks at this point.
right.
Are they still there?
You don't have your dagger. What would you have kept your lockpicks in?
Um, I assume I would have kept my lockpicks like inside my shirt because even in Shelzar,
Mm-hmm.
with the I assume people know that people still lockpicks and they know that people use lockpicks. But if I walk into a store with like visible lockpicks and um, I assume they'd be like, "You gotta leave."
Yeah, yeah, that's
So I
fair.
keep them like in my shirt in a thing, not too hidden, but like not very out in the open.
So as you like feel around, you do they are like in that little like pouch or like fold that you keep them in. They are
So,
there.
okay. So then I'm going to reach around like the case, see if there's like a door or a thing I can open.
Yeah. So as you feel around, you feel kind of like a metal box that's on which you think might be the door. It's
Mhm.
probably like a lock. So rather than having chains around it and having a padlock on it, this is like a built-in lock
Gotcha.
part of the door.
Then let's do what I do, not best, but like, pretty okay. And just reach around and try to.
Sure.
But
So,
actually, wait, before
oh,
I do that, because I do have magics. I can talk to the aminals.
that's true.
Uh, I this I did have a long rest. This is a new day. Great. Um, I want to. Before do I hear any like squeaking, like
Go ahead and make a
rats?
perception check.
You can. So I will be using astral for this.
Okay.
You can do this, Freed. I normally don't believe in you, but I believe in you now. God damn it, Freed. That's a 3.
You don't hear anything as far as like what you're listening for, like what you're hoping to hear,
Yeah.
but you do kind of hear some off away from you, down towards where those shafts of light are. You can hear
hmm
some like mumbling. You don't recognize it, like it's in a tongue you don't understand.
Gotcha.
And maybe you hear like some breathing, and probably like every so often, like somebody might moan as they move around. You get the feeling as your eyes are, kind of adjusting to the shafts of light and everything. There's probably more cages down here as well, so there might be other people down here.
Okay, that is good to know. Um, then yeah, I'm gonna try to pick my lock.
Sure.
Just open this because I have a feeling this will be necessary. You are proficient with lock picking thing, so we will. That's 13.
A 13. So you kind of fumble around with like the remainder of your lockpick, and you can feel the tumblers inside, but
Hmm.
you get the feeling that it's just not quite working.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why I never get to get them to work. I should have never bought these. Ripped off. Then I will kind of call out to see if I can like talk to anyone. Like not super hushed, because now that I've kind of like calmed down from being tricked by that voice in my head, um, I'm aware that this is not a normal situation and one that I should use some sort of like stealth. So I want to see if like anyone's there. Like, hey, can anyone hear me?
Yeah. So you call out and you hear some like movement around you, um, in a voice. What do you call out in? What language?
I would assume Lydian.
Lydian? Sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll go Lydian
okay.
first.
So yeah, you hear like the shuffling as people kind of move around, and then a voice calls back, "Hello."
Hi. Uh, how are you doing? Are you feeling okay? You know, that's just a habit. I'm sorry. Where
It's
are we?
it's very cramped in here. No, I'm not okay.
That that is fair. I assume you're probably bigger than me, and this cage is cramped for me myself. Uh, would you happen to know where we are, why we're in this cages, and then if you know how to get out? Because you're still in the cage, I assume you don't, but from all airs, if you do.
As the voice continues speaking, you get the idea that it's probably a feminine voice, but it's very like gravelly and rough.
Hmm.
Um, Sounds a little bit like Pracha
Hmm.
as far as the way that the person is speaking and like her voice. Um, she says she's not really sure where the ship is, but she knows that everyone's on a ship, probably sailing east if she's correct.
Hmm. I recognize the word ship. It's probably bad. Ah. Okay. Okay. How did you get in there? You sound like a friend of mine.
Uh, there was a sharp pain in my head, and I woke up here.
Yeah, that checks out.
You see a hand like reach out into the shaft of light, and it's definitely
Hmm.
like kind of a dark green skinned hand, and it waves up and down.
Okay. Then I'm going to reach out to the shaft light as well. Kind of roll back whatever coverings I have on and be like,
Yeah. You can't quite reach the light,
right.
but she says, I can see you. I'm not sure what you are, but I can see you.
I mean, I'm freed.
I
That's
am. Oh, crap.
the bane of all DMs.
Right?
Nay.
It is like the one thing that you should always plan ahead for, and for whatever reason, I forgot. Um, dun, 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 dun. Therefore, I always recommend fantasynamegenerators.com. She says her name is Boar.
Boar. Okay. Nice to meet you, Boar.
Likewise, I think.
Yeah, don't say that just yet. You never know what'll happen.
It could
So
definitely be under better circumstances.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Boar. I have some friends. Two of which would kill me if I don't make it back pretty soon. One of which would simply assume I'm dead and not care, and like sell my room if I don't make it back soon. So I very much need to make it back soon. Do you have any problems with that?
If it means getting out of here, I'm happy to help.
Excellent. Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. Ooh. There's voices here. There is not much, and I don't have much on me. Let me see. Yeah, Eshiks don't have much to really. Can I cast any other spells? Okay, so then what I'm going to do, because I know it's the sea now. Do you happen to know how speak with animals work? Do I have to be able to see an animal, or is it like I cast it on myself and I can communicate with any animal?
So you have the spell and not like the ability that allows you to convey just ideas, right?
Yeah, Eshiks they just say once per day you may speak with animals.
Okay. So yeah, it's as the spell. I don't think you have to be able to see them. Essentially, the magic is just changing your voice into something they can understand.
Gotcha. So then, without anything else to do, I will cast that on myself and start attempting to speak with any animal like in the general vicinity that can hear me.
Yeah.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah.
Do a perception check.
Okay, Friede, you messed up the first time. Let's try again. 14.
14. So, you start talking. What do you say?
Like, hey friends. Can anyone hear me? I just have a few questions I'd like to ask. If you can hear me, let me know, or come on down in the light so I can see you.
So you sit there and you wait, and you're kind of expecting like rats or something, like that you might find on a ship, to come scurrying forth, and you don't hear anything. But then, kind of muffled, you hear this high-pitched noise, and you understand it, and it says, long pause for drama, right?
Right.
So it says hello. Hello, are you in there? And there's like a faint like bump against the floor.
Okay, I will like kind of hit the floor. Like, I'm in here. Where are you? Are you
Well, I'm out
down
here.
there?
Yeah, I'm out here. I've never had one of these talk to me before.
Really? I'm not sure I've spoken to anyone like you before. Do you know about the ones in here?
No. What's in there?
Well, there's me, and there's my new friend, Boar. I don't think she knows what I'm saying right now. She looked at me like, yeah. And I think there's more like us, but I don't know. Here's the thing, though. It's not super fun in here. Have you ever seen anyone in here go out there?
Well, there's the people on top of where you're at.
There's people on top. Okay. Um, Here's another question for you. Let's say I were to be able to get out there. Uh, do you know of any place close where I could get to that is lacking in water?
Oh, you mean the dry place?
Yeah,
Not near here, no.
not near here. Excellent. Hmm.
At least I don't think that the people on top could make it there. I've seen them try to do so. They're not very good at, like, being in the water as long.
I don't know if I have a thing that lets me be in the water supposedly longer, but I've never actually read it. Just take a quick peek
Sure.
at. Uh,
And while you're doing this, you hear Boar call out, Kendall, are you awake? And off to your right,
mhm.
another person sets up. Yes, Boar, I'm awake. Just, I am done with your attempts to escape. Just shut up. We'll deal with it later.
God damn it, Kendall! You have to believe in something.
I believe we are going to be slaves.
What? No, 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 no. I can't do that. No, I am a horrible slave. I talk back too much. Um,
Well, then at least you'll only be a slave for short term. And then you can go on and meet your maker or whatever it is that you think you come from.
Modifier. My con modifier is not that great. So yeah, no, I can hold my breath for 48 seconds. That is not a lot.
I mean, sure, why not? So yeah, there's
That's
like a
the
bump again against the wood below you.
Wait, this bump. How hard is this bump?
Not much. Like it's perceptible to the because you're kind of sitting there, but with the ship itself kind of rocking everything, if you weren't paying attention to it, you probably wouldn't notice it.
Gotcha. Then again, I am small. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. um, so if normal people can't make it, and I can only hold my breath for 48 seconds, let's see. Friend. What? First of all, what should I call you? Is it okay if I just call you friend?
Sure, I'm Blue Wave.
Blue wave. Blue wave. Okay. Do you? How many? Are there a lot of people up on top?
There's a more than me.
More
Yes,
than you?
there's more than my school.
That seems bad. Okay. Hmm. All right, Blue Wave. I'm going to keep talking to you, but I'm also going to start talking to a friend of mine, and I don't think you'll be able to understand me, but I'm still like talking to you. I have a few minutes left, I believe.
Is it a 10 minute? I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Uh, so I'm going to go back to Boar and be like, so you've attempted to leave to escape.
Yeah, the bars are just really strong. I couldn't get them to break open. And I tried to jump one of the guards, but they never actually opened the the gate in order to give us food. They just
Right.
kind of dump it in through the bars. So, if you're hungry, I just suggest being ready with that bowl that's in there with you,
Mm-hmm.
because they're not gonna.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
Yeah.
Hmm. Friede has gotten himself into a pickle.
Do a. What's higher, wisdom or intelligence for you?
He is both dumb and unwise in equal order. But if I had to pick one, where are you? Wisdom has a modifier of 1.
Okay, do a wisdom check.
Is that just? Yeah, that's just the thing. Okay, yeah, we'll just do this then. Roll that +1. I mean, I could just add it. I don't need to actually put it in the thing. God damn it, Friede.
Excellent.
Nice.
So yeah, there's like this moment where like there's an idea kind of pushing at the back of your mind, and you're like, wait a minute, no, not really sure.
Yeah, no, I had it, and then it just like,
Yeah.
um,
So all of a sudden there's like this bright shaft of light as you hear doors open further down the aisle from you, and a, you see boots appear as a man walks down, and you see the fellow that you had run into in the Plentiful Cup that was trying to start crap with your group.
Yeah.
He kind of crouches down as he reaches the bottom of the stairs. You can tell that like the hold is a little shorter than he is, and so he kind of has to lean in. And he walks down, and he pulls forth like this little crystal that lights up. And so for the first time, like you can kind of see as your eyes are like blinded for a moment, and then you open them and blink away the brightness. You see there's like an elf in the cage next to you. That's Kendall.
Okay.
There's actually a iron bread next to you on the left, but he's just kind of like huddled up and hasn't been speaking. He's probably who you heard breathing heavily. Boar is next to him down there, and then you see some other figures that are still huddled up and like covered in blankets. And the man just kind of walks down and looks at everyone, and then looks at you. He's like, "Oh, you're awake, my little paycheck. Excellent."
Who are you? I know we've met somewhere.
It's true, but where doesn't really matter.
Oh, I know who you are. You're the guy who's gonna die soon.
That's both in and out of character. That was good.
Yeah.
He just kind of laughs at you and shakes his head. And he looks over at Boar. He's like, how's that worked out for you so far? And she does kind of hang her head, and you can see that she's an orc.
Yeah.
Built bigger than Pracha, actually, Pracha's pretty powerful, but this orc is just kind of massive.
Right. Ooh.
It's like, well, I'm glad you survived your little noggin tapping. I was a little afraid that we had killed you, but you're just not worth as much dead, so I'm glad.
I mean, it was helpful. I was having some issues sleeping. That did help out.
Everyone have their bowls ready. We're going to be feeding you soon. And then he turns and walks back up the stairs.
While he's leaving, can I look to see if there's like keys jangling on his...
Make a perception check.
Please, just over 10, Friede. Come on.
Yay! You don't see anything. Either he doesn't have keys for the cages, or he has them well hid.
I think Friede wants to be captured. He is just not trying.
Right?
Okay. So now that I see him, and like I wanted to stab him before because he was messing with my peeps, and I didn't. So I'm just gonna consider that like maybe next time you want to stab somebody, just do it. But that's now not the time to like for those kind of thoughts.
I mean, you can have them, but they're just not all that useful right now.
They're not helpful right now. Yeah. So like start them and then put them to the side for later when you can deal with them.
Right. So after a little bit, a couple of guys come down. They just have essentially like this big bucket of this fairly foul-smelling slop, and you can tell that like even the bucket hasn't been cleaned in a while. So there's just like crusted goop on it, and they walk by and they essentially just pour it over the top of each cage. And if somebody's not like holding up their bowl, it just slops everywhere. You do notice a couple of people just don't even move to like try. You're not sure if those people aren't moving because they don't want to, or maybe they're dead. You're not sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Friede. Uh, Friede is a little perturbed.
Yeah,
For a few reasons, right? One, he's technically being enslaved, and that's not fun.
it's true.
Two, Friede like came down here, wanted to figure out his like arm thing, but then he met like his like buddies, and so he kind of thought of himself as like this protector, and so he's like very upset at his weakness.
Yeah,
Because one, even though like if he could stab the guy, he would. He can't. There's nothing he can do. And two, just dawned on me, therefore dawned on him. He wasn't. That guy wasn't starting shit with Friede. He was starting shit with us. And so unless I like stop this, my buddies are in trouble. All except Decim, who I don't think would really care, and would just be like, "Oh, I'm in the cage because that's just what you do."
right.
Moving on.
Yeah.
And I know.
Oh, go ahead.
There's an orc and what's it? Thoroughbred, Ironbred.
Ironbred, yeah.
So they're definitely in trouble. You were saying something?
I should have pointed out to anyone who watches this that the guy that was causing problems is the little figure on the screen. That's what he looks like. I already said it to Chaz, so I completely forgot to point that out. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other things that you want to say to the whatever the thing is outside the boat?
That's what I'm thinking right now.
Okay.
I would like to do an Arcana check because I don't know how much Friede knows about power. But I like in D&D there are ways to get power. Like
That is true.
and I love the magical thing, whereas like you could be born with power or you could study power.
Yeah.
Friede is at this point where he's like, I would do anything to stab that guy in the face right now.
That's fair.
So yeah, I want to sit down.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if he would have connected that thing with power just yet.
Yeah.
But
So
he does know that.
Go ahead and do that, Arcana.
Okay, fucking Friede. Come on. Over. Oh shit! I pressed a thing. Oh god, hold on. This could be bad. Okay, no, we're good. We're back. Nope, that's a 9.
So I'm actually going to take the 12.
Okay.
Because of that thought that was kind of pushing at the back of your mind earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember, I mean, it was only a couple of days ago in game.
Right.
There was the break-in, and that weird presence in your mind, like, told you to carve that symbol into the intruder that you had killed.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like a weird magic power thing that you managed to. You felt like it kind of came through you, but at the same time, it was more in the symbol that you carved than you actually had anything to do with it. But the voice gave it to you.
Okay. So this is what
And
we're doing because
it kind of dawns on you that even though like it's not something that talks to you on a consistent basis. In fact, up until just last night, I think, or the night that you went down to the docks on your own rather than being summoned down there in your sleep. Right. That presence has been with you since the symbol showed up in your arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there right now. Like, you can't feel it.
I can't feel it.
And all of a sudden it just dawns on you that, like, you haven't felt it since you got knocked out.
Huh. I'm gonna look at my arm. Is that thing still there?
It is. But it's just kind of like the symbol in your arm now. There's no light coming from it. Yeah, it's not doing anything.
That is weird.
It's definitely been a while since you've been alone like this.
Alone in my thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm lonely now. Um. Okay. I don't know what to do about that. Uh. I guess there's only one thing I can do because I smack talked the guy who had me in a cage, and that was fun. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my lockpicks because I don't have my dagger anymore. But lockpicks have like a metal edge.
It's true.
Okay, and then I'm gonna try to recreate the symbol on the floor.
Okay.
Wait, I didn't hold my bowl up because I didn't know that. So I'm assuming there's just goop everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. There's probably goop everywhere. You're kind
Okay,
of like wearing part of it. It's also slopped on the
goddamn it.
floor.
Okay, so then I'll try to drive through that first because I only have like half a lockpicks already. um, try my drama symbol and like speak into it.
Sure.
Hey, thing. I don't know where you are. I don't know what you do. But you ate a person a while ago. So I know you can do things. And I'm in a little bit of need of someone or something that can do things right now. I don't appreciate you leaving me as soon as I need you. That's fucked up. But we can talk about that later. I need some help, and I'm kind of running out of ideas, as you can tell, because I'm speaking into mold with food growing out of it.
And as you sit there and you're like talking and you kind of wait for this answer, you're just alone.
Which makes sense. Yeah, that was my desperate attempt.
Yeah.
All right.
And actually as the door closes and the shaft of light from the door goes away, you just see Bor like looking at you like maybe this guy's crazy.
I'm like you, Bor. I try whatever options we have, but we don't have a lot of options. So, you know. Yeah. He's tried his like begging into the ethos for power.
Yeah.
Tried opening the locks. He definitely can't break the locks with his 8 strength.
So as you're sitting there, and you feel this just kind of complete aloneness, you realize that the magic that allows you to speak with the animals has also
Is
passed. So unless there's anything that you can think of that you want to do today, I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, no, I think this is the end of what Free can do in one day.
Okay. So everyone just kind of sits around forlornly for the rest of the day. There's probably some conversation that you hear. Some of the people that move around end up speaking with one another. There's one person down at the end that you don't hear anything from at all, and no one can like rouse them. So you're not sure if that person is alive or not.
Right.
But the rest of this day ends up passing. And the little beams of light fade away, leaving you in complete darkness.
Okay.
What do you do that night?
Okay. That night, has anyone else come down since then, or is it just this the slap thing?
Yeah, and they only came down the one time, so it's
Gotcha.
like you get fed once per day.
Once per day. Okay, so then I will. So throughout that day, because Friede is now super lonely without that presence in his head, he will continue to just like kind of talk with Bor and Kendall, kind of getting a feel not just for like who they are, but if somehow something were to happen, what they can do. Bor seems very large.
Yeah.
Once is good. Kendall seems. I don't know anything about Kendall, but Kendall's a body. Kendall could be used to block an arrow. I don't know. We'll find a use for Kendall. And then at some point I'll do my trance thing.
Oh, right. So instead of sleeping, you just kind of go into a trance similar to an elf.
Yeah.
So you end up also meeting Mordesh, who's a half orc.
Right.
He's further down. There is, let's see, so there's the Ironbread. His name is going to be Pinka Gray. Because they always have colors.
Like color names, yeah.
Right? And one more. Trying to think of another good race to include here. How about a Triton?
Yeah, seems fitting.
Yeah, there's a Triton stuck in. Actually, the Triton is the one not moving. Excellent. So, you really try to focus on your trance and to not worry about things and allow the rest to wash over you. It's difficult, with the constant motion of the boat and your situation, which you managed to get through the night fairly uneventfully.
Yeah.
Make a wisdom saving throw. Actually, do a charisma. Sorry.
You're not proficient in those. 11.
When you wake up, you're feeling more than physically exhausted. You just kind of feel emotionally and spiritually exhausted. So you just feel really down. Not beaten yet. You're not,
right.
But it's harder to feel hopeful today.
Yeah, that is fair. So I guess we'll start the day.
Okay.
Make sure everyone's who was kicking is still kind of kicking.
Yeah. So Bor and Kendall, Mordesh, and Pinka all respond back to you. No response from Triton, right?
Right. Okay. I guess I will once again cast Speak with Animals.
Sure.
See if I can get either the same thing or new things. Just kind of get a different view of what's happening.
Yes. So what do you say when you cast it?
Similar things like, hello friends, new and old, how are you doing?
Gotcha.
This is Friede on the mic. Please help me. I assume it's more despondent than yesterday.
Yeah. So as you say that and everything, and several moments go by, and then you feel that bump again. Are you still there?
Hey, it's you.
You got really quiet.
Yeah, I can only talk for a little bit, and then I have to go to sleep to be able to talk again.
Well, that's weird.
I have been called weird before. Yeah. Are you following the boat? This thing?
Yeah, we're being tricky.
You're being tricky.
Yeah.
What does being tricky mean?
They keep trying to catch fish and stuff. We don't want them to catch fish because they're kind of mean.
Yeah,
so
are.
We keep tricking with them.
I mean, I think they're mean too, and I love to play tricks on people. Is there anything I can do to help with your tricks?
Oh, well, that'd be great. Can you push him in the water? Because that'd be funny.
Maybe not today or right now, but possibly soon I'll be able to push him in the water.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Well, so if you keep following the boat, and just be aware that at some point in the near to far future, someone may be pushed into the water.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, shit. So I still have my hidden you call them? Lockpicks. I guess
Lockpicks,
I'll
yep.
try. I guess I'll try that. Like I don't have much in the way of options now.
Sure. Go ahead
Like,
and do another lockpick check. Or thieves' tools check, sorry.
that would be
7?
7 or 8, I guess, because I have proficiency
Oh,
in it.
okay.
But I don't think that's right.
So yeah, like you reach around and you're trying to feel in there, and this time around, like you're having a hard time even getting the tool into the tumbler. And you kind of pull it out, and you realize like it's a little misshapen from the last time you tried to do it, as though
Right.
the tumblers had kind of like scarred the metal.
Yeah. I gotta be careful. I'm like losing what little chance I have. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. Clearly, this is not the time to be doing that. I guess with the rest of the day,
Yeah.
it'll be like back and forth between like wistfully thinking about my friends and my family back home, thinking about my new family. Crap, what's its name?
Oh, Blue Wave?
Skriggik.
Oh, Sregic, yeah.
Skriggik, yes. And like thinking about it and being like, that's cool. I wonder what the hell it is.
Yeah.
Thinking about my friend that was in my head, who was not really my friend, who just played tricks on me by bringing me down to the beach, and then who abandoned me and being like, yeah. And then like every once in a while I'll talk to somebody. What?
Do another Arcana check.
For the love of all that is holy and unholy, roll over a 10. 15. That's over
nice.
a 10.
So
God.
as the day passes, you're thinking about it more and more. It seems like it's potentially possible that something happened to block the voice in your head, but you're not really sure what that thing could be. Like, you don't have any training for this kind of stuff. You don't but like, why is the voice not there? And why is I mean, unless it abandoned you, which is also possible.
Which is why I was like cursing it out. I was like, how dare you abandon me?
Something might be blocking it.
Okay. So while I have no training, he has spent some time in a like magic item-ish shop.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is do the only thing I can do, which is like look at my like bars or the jail cell, the cage I'm in, to see if there's like any runes or something that might be like a magic thing.
Yeah.
Because he's seen those.
Yeah. So essentially you have to wait until they came down to feed you.
Because it's so dark.
Right. But once they do, like you can quickly like look around and try and find anything. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, I know I said only 1 over 10, but let's see if we can get 2 over 10. That was a bit much to ask.
The dice are not your friend today.
Not today.
You're looking around. There's nothing obvious for sure.
Okay. Nothing obvious, but there's also stuff outside because I know it doesn't have to be like looking at me. Okay. So then I'll wait until people leave, get dumped on again, and then I'll do the only thing I can do. Because if I am thinking there may be like runes or whatever, I'll stick my hand, the left hand. I assume with my like tiny hands I can fit it through the bar.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'll stick my left hand out of the cage.
Okay.
And see if it starts to glow.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens? Then yeah. Okay, so then it may be the cage, it may not be the cage. Okay, so I want to try, before I like attempt another like trance.
Yeah.
I want to try an insight on the thing that I don't know what it is, and the thing that really hasn't talked to me, but has tried to get me down. Try to insight on that.
Which thing?
The whatever presence was in my mind.
Oh, previously. Gotcha.
Right, because now that it's gone, and I'm able to be like, it has been me for a while.
Yeah.
Like, did I feel like it actually was an asshole?
Sure.
Or was there? Where are you, insight? Here you are.
I wonder if there's like a setting today that you're just like, don't roll anything over
Right.
tens. So you
Maybe
sit there and you think about it, and you're really
yeah.
trying to like figure out its point, and thinking now that you can tell that it's gone, and
Right.
the fact that this thing has essentially been with you for. Remind me how long you've been in Shelzar?
6 months.
Okay, and it probably took you similar amount of time to get to Shelzar
Right. And I had
from
the thing
Albadia.
before, the thing in my
Right.
arm.
So like
Right.
well over a year this presence has kind of been with you, and it like when you were in the frozen heights of the mountains in Albadia, like it was really quiet. Like there wasn't, but like it was strong enough that when you left your village, you just went to Shelzar. You didn't like wander the lands trying to figure it out. Like you felt drawn toward Shelzar. And
Right.
so it's been there for so long, that now that it's gone, it's so quiet in your head, and that like white noise of its presence is gone. You've never felt um I don't want to say you've never felt threatened by it, but like at the same, because like we waking up on the beach and stuff has always been unnerving and like
Yeah.
confusing, a little scary, but you've never been um, super scared of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And when you were getting the call last night, when you chose to go down, you felt I want to say that you felt like it was more excited that with you awake, you were choosing to go down to the dock.
Gotcha.
So not necessarily that it was trying to trick you or that it's being a jerk now.
It's just misunderstood like
Well,
me.
it's just missing right now. It's almost
Missing.
like
Okay.
it can't hear you. So
Okay. Okay, then I do have a plan.
okay,
So then I'll like sit down in my thing that is surely like, I guess, toe deep in
covered
muck
in muck, right?
and try to trance again.
Okay. So as you squish down and you're sitting there and just trying to like clear your mind, go ahead and make another charisma save.
You can do this.
So follow that one up by a con save.
Constitution. You probably can't do this. Like I have no trust in you at all.
That's not
That's when you
terrible.
roll over a 10?
Yeah. So after you come out of your trance, you feel, again, just kind of emotionally drained, and your body's starting to like feel that as well, but you're
Mm-hmm.
not quite. You don't have any levels of exhaustion yet.
Right. Um, okay, so what I want to do, like as soon as I wake up from my trance,
Hmm.
I assume before anyone's even like more it's still like there's like lights coming through. I want to cast Speak with Animals one more time
Okay.
and reach out for Blue
Wave.
Wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be like, hey, Blue Wave, I have a question for you if you're there.
And it takes a little bit, but that thump happens again.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm here.
Um, so this thing, do you know where it came from?
What thing?
The thing I'm in, the boat with
Oh,
all the people.
yeah, it came from, well, it came from over there.
Yeah,
And
that's good enough. As long as
yeah,
you know where it is. Do you have you spent a lot of time over there?
no, no. Uh, there's people who catch my dinner and sometimes me over there, so we tend to avoid it.
That's fair. Um, you. But if you've been over there, or have you heard of a? I have a friend over there.
Friends are good.
Um,
I like having
they are
friends.
good. And I really want to get back to. Man, I have a lot of friends in the dry land over there. And I want to get back to them. And I think I have a friend in the wet area as well, who I was actually going to meet a few nights ago. And I want to know if you know who that is. This friend is really good at talking to people very far away.
Do you have any more information?
Good at talking to people very far away. I haven't met this friend yet. This friend actually called to me from very far away and brought me to the water. Yes. This friend, I one time I this friend made me draw this picture on someone, and that person disappeared.
Huh.
And
You hear a little bit of hesitance in its voice. I think I might know who you're talking about.
do you? That's great, right?
Why is that one your friend?
Well, I use the term friend very loosely. I actually haven't met this thing, but I do know that this friend has been talking to me for quite a while now. And I believe that this friend can help me push the ones up top into the water.
Okay.
Do you know about this friend? Because, like I said, I don't know much about this friend other than they have been trying to get me to come to the water for quite a while.
Well, I'd be careful getting into the water with your friend, because if it's who I think it is, your friend eats my friends.
So Chaz has the idea of what this is.
Yeah.
Friede is going to be like, okay, who are your friends? How big are your friends?
Oh, we're this size.
Like,
It's too bad this isn't telepathy, because you hate
right? Because
telepathy,
you can't.
right?
Okay, how about this? If I were to push someone off,
Mm-hmm.
what would you do to them?
Oh, well, we just trick them.
Hmm. How to get across? How to get across what this creature is? Um, oh, what do you eat? There we go.
Well, I mean, I eat smaller fishes.
Okay, so you are a large fish. Large fish. Is there anything bigger than you in the water?
Oh yeah, lots of things.
Lots of things bigger than you in the water. Okay, that's enough to give me a general idea.
Okay.
So my friend eats your friends.
Yeah, when it can catch us.
When they
But
can
we don't
catch
really go down that deep.
Wait, deep?
Yeah, it lives way down there.
I don't think Friede is a zoologist, so he wouldn't know. It's my friend's an anglerfish. Okay, deep water.
What?
Okay, deep water. It eats you, but okay. Mm, but what if I'm trying to make this thing like accept that I have a friend who eats his friends? That's gonna be a rough one. Well, I understand that like eating your friends is bad, and I'll try to talk to it to tell it not to do that. But really, I haven't met it, and I really want to one trick these guys and push them in the water, and two, I also don't want to be here anymore.
That's
Um,
understandable.
and whew. I was going to ask you if you could pass a message to it, but you say it eats your friends, so that's probably not a great idea. Um, Can you tell me what this thing is? Because I'll be honest, I don't know of anything that is very deep.
Oh man, what would they call it?
Yeah.
So essentially, speak with animals is converting their thoughts into words you can understand.
Yeah, you can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited to their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they perceive or have perceived within the past day. You might be able to persuade a beast to perform small favors for you at the GM's discretion.
So essentially, it tells you that if what your friend is what I think it is,
Which could be.
it's the very large. I feel like the word eel is what's going to convey across, but like it doesn't sound quite right in your head.
Gotcha. So clearly this thing just doesn't...
with many eyes.
So clearly this thing just doesn't understand what a blue whale is. I mean... Okay, fine. I have a blue whale friend. A blue whale can help me out. It can like knock the boat. Yeah, okay. So Friede is under the assumption that I have a large, many-eyed blue whale friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then is there any way, and I know this is asking a lot, but is there any way that you can get a message to my very large, and I'll like repeat the weird eel word that's not quite eel.
Yeah.
Any way to get a message to my friend?
If it's in its home, we can't go that deep, but we might be able to have someone else go down.
Yeah, I'd rather someone else go down because I don't want you to be eaten by it.
Me either.
Yeah, if there's someone else that can go down and just get a message to it, that'd be great. Because I've tried to contact my friend and I haven't been able to. And I'll be honest, Blue Wave, while I was super high optimistic about like being able to push someone in the water, is proving to be harder than I thought.
That's too bad.
I haven't given up, but it is harder than I thought to push someone in the water.
What do you want us to tell your friend?
Tell my friend, and I know that I need to make it simple for creatures. I don't want it to be a super complex thing. I need help. I am willing to meet. I'm willing to meet you, or I was willing to meet you at the beach. Let's meet or yeah, let's get some yes, so I'm willing to meet. I wanted to already. I need help, and I'm trying to get across that like also that because I still remember that was the thing that ate the person, so it has power. I need help and power. There we go.
Okay. Blue Wave's like, okay, I think I can do that. We'll be back.
Yay, thank you. And with that, Frieda's... He won't try again. He's not in the best mind space, and his lockpicks are like starting to wear down.
Mm-hmm.
He will continue to talk to Boar and Kendall, probably talking their ear off, as he needs that like background noise to stay somewhat like composed. If Mr. X-Face comes down, he will of course talk more shit. The words will be there, but the conviction behind them is starting to like give out.
So essentially what happens is a few days go by of you doing this, and ever so often like you cast the spell on yourself and call out to see if anyone's returned and you're just not hearing them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And just like the whole thing begins to wear on you. And on the third day, the people who come down actually pull the Triton out, and he's obviously dead,
Yeah.
and take him back up. And then later, when they feed you, you notice that there's this weird kind of fishy but not quite fish meat in the slop that they dump in on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like
Mm-hmm.
everyone does not eat it. Because like everyone just kind of is like, oh god, that's the Triton.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah. He will abstain from eating today.
So a couple more days go by, and you're just feeling like maybe your friend ate Blue Wave or something. Like nothing happens. And then the ship kind of like jolts. And it doesn't jolt like super violently, like you're not like tossed about, but like it's definitely more than the bump of Blue Wave.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a bunch of like running around on the deck above you.
Okay.
What do you do? Like I don't want to like continue if there's anything you'd like to do.
Running around on the deck above me. It's more than Blue Wave. Is it more than like, because Blue Wave said there was a school of Blue Waves.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more than like maybe 5 Blue Waves would?
Maybe.
Okay. Running. So I'm just going to assume it's panic. I will be like, okay. I'll try the lockpick one more. Actually, no, because like he's under the assumption that maybe like all of Blue Wave's friends came and like bumped it. So I will do speak with animals.
Okay.
And be like, Blue Wave, is that you? Or anyone who knows Blue Wave? Are you there?
Right. So you call out and you don't hear anything in response.
Okay. I mean, Blue Wave takes a while, but not this long. So yeah, we'll try the lockpicks. Like, even if it's not Blue Wave, like this might be the best opportunity to like run away and like push someone and like.
Sure.
I don't know. Like clearly, things have not gone as planned. Sleight of hand over 10. Oh, didn't work. Oh, there it is.
7.
I roll a 17. It's
Two
over
17s. 10. So, as you like put the remainder of your lockpick in there, and you're just like so gentle about it, and like the ship's kind of starts jostling around, and you're like, "Oh, please, please, please!" And you hear a click, and you're just like, "Wait, what?" And the door swings open as like it jostles about.
I didn't have a plan B after this. Oh shit!
I didn't think I get this far.
Yeah, I don't. So I'll run out. My lock. I assume my lock was like on their last like leg.
Yeah. You're not sure you could do that again.
Okay, I'm going to run over and be like, I have like one lockpick. I'll try it with Boris thing. Like there is a chance it'll break, but like, let's just see what happens.
Sure, go for it.
I mean, I did roll a 17. This is all I could have asked, honestly.
Right. Going back below 10. There's definitely like a snap, and you look and like the metal is broken off in Boar's lock. I'll
be back. And I'm gonna run up to the door.
Okay.
And like listen out to see like, is there still like panic or do I hear voices?
What's your passive perception?
Passive is perception is like 10. Passive is like 10 plus your perception modifier. Right. Yeah. Do I have perception? I don't have perception. That's an 11.
11. So as you're running, you notice a little bit of splashing as you run, but otherwise you get to the door and like it's kind of like bumping, and so like a little shaft of light will come in every so often.
Splashing. So Chaz feels bad about what's about to happen. Friede, as broken as he is just going to be like, it's okay. They'll survive down here.
Right? It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Okay, he's going to try to... If there is panic, he's going to try to, like, kind of sneak out, but, like, get out during the panic.
Yeah.
He is made of ice, so, but yeah. open the door and see what's happening.
Okay, so you kind of like...
Nighttime?
What's that? It is
nighttime?
not nighttime, it is day.
Daytime. All right, screw it. Let's go.
Okay, so do you just like smash the door open, or are you like creeping out?
Yeah, we'll creep out.
Go ahead and do a stealth.
Are you stealthy? You're like kind of stealthy. Jeremy!
Oh my gosh!
I rolled a 20! I did something!
It's not a natural, but it's pretty up there.
Okay, yeah!
So you just kind of like lift the door up just slightly, and you're holding it so that it doesn't like jostle with the boat. And you just see what looks like a giant... I mean, crossing the continent as you have, you've seen snakes before, and it's the only thing in your mind that really correlates to what this thing is. It looks like there's like coils of a giant snake wrapped around the boat, and people are like screaming, trying to hack at it with like axes and like those the hook arms. Is that right? Like they're like little hooks that they have on the ships to pull the things around. It doesn't seem to be doing much, and it seems like the coils are tightening, and you can hear like wood crunching.
Right. Close that back down.
Okay.
Okay. Snake. And I'm going to think back a few days. My friend said eel.
Yeah.
Snakes are kind of like eels.
They are, yeah.
But that I don't think that's what he was talking about. Friede is not prepared to handle this. There's a lot of things happening right now. Okay.
And as he's sitting there, he hears like the wood of the hold begins to crack, and like you can, even though like you're more under the water than you are above the water, like you can see light kind of coming in through the cracks in the wood.
Fuck. Okay, then there's only one thing to do right now. I am going to like burst out, and I need to look for any kind of like ranking officer who may or may not have a key, because I've been with these people and they've heard me prattle on for days about random things, so I can like stay like cohesive. Is there anyone who may have a key who's like slightly concerned about the massive fucking snake wrapped around the boat?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Come on, Friede. We're doing this for friends. Oh,
nice. So yeah, you look around and you actually, your eyes lock with the guy who came down and was shit talking with you. And he just kind of like glares at you for a moment, and then he just turns back and like begins firing what looks like this weird little like you don't really know what it is. It's like this weird little thing he has in his hand, and it makes a really loud boom as he like points it and pulls a trigger on it.
I don't know. Oh my god! This, first of all, we had a back and forth, and for him to just ignore me,
right?
Even with the
How
ship
rude!
Being, I am furious at that right now. Okay, but then I'm still gonna be like, all right, that's your. I'm gonna try to get the keys.
Okay.
So I assume that's a sleight of hand.
Sure. If you want to run up and do that, let's see if what he's gonna do about it.
Because it's very clear that this boat is not going to be a boat much longer.
It seems pretty clear, yeah.
Yeah. So then, I would like to save my friends.
Ooh.
It's the fact that everything is 9 is really what it is.
Yeah, it's a little disturbing, actually.
So
you run up and you can see like he's kind of dangling inside of. He has like a vest overcoat thing, and they're like dangling inside of it. And you like reach up and you try and grab him, and he just looks at you and like kicks you. Let's see if he hits you.
I mean, probably
17.
Yeah, that doesn't.
It doesn't do any damage, but it knocks you prone. Like he just boots you as like the ship is rocking, and so you kind of skid away from him.
Okay.
And he begins like messing around with that weird thing in his hand.
Okay, then I love my friends. I do. But this vendetta is first and foremost now. Like, he is going to get shanked somehow. um, yeah, I think Friede is to that point where he's like, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
But like, if I have to die to kill this asshole, like, fuck it. So I am going to. I don't have my daggers. I have my broken lockpicks.
Yeah. Well, as you look around, you see like there are several dead sailors and such. That have like some of those like the hook arms and the.
Is there anything that's smaller that a gnome size?
Yeah, each of them would probably have a dagger or some kind of
Okay.
knife. Because I mean, sailors know they need to cut ropes and stuff in emergencies, and yeah, each of them would have a dagger.
Okay, I'm gonna get the nearest one and get a dagger.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wait until he's like focused on the giant snake.
Okay.
And first of all, don't you fuck around with my snake. I don't know if that's my snake, but like, I don't like this ship. Enemy of my enemy. I'm gonna like shank him in the shin.
Sure. Run up and do it. Make your attack.
Do I have? I think I put a. I'm assuming a 6 doesn't hit.
It does not. So
Yeah, I don't have proficiency with daggers. No.
as you run up, like the ship kind of rolls, and his like as well. Actually, let me see. Do. Yeah. So as the ship rolls, he points that thing and pulls the trigger, and there's a loud boom, and you actually kind of like jump in surprise because even though you heard it once, you're not really sure what the hell the thing is.
Right.
And so you like jump as you're trying to stab him, and the ship rolling, you just miss him.
Okay.
But he does look down at you again. Like he sees you.
Yeah. Like, I was gonna shank you. Like, this was never a thing. I told you that you were gonna die. Now I just have to figure out how to make that happen. Is he close to the edge?
Actually, he's not. He's pretty close to the center. Yeah, both of you are pretty close to the center and like about 15 feet back from the snake coil.
Okay. Has it been 10 minutes since I... Because I casted Speak with animals after the first, like, initial bump.
It is... So, yeah, it's still active.
And I don't know how aware Friede is of the arcane arts, because I know Freak Animal works specifically with beasts. As far as I know, Friede would be like, anything in the water is an animal, and I can talk to it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to talk to the snake thing.
Sure.
And be like, hey, friend, as he just calls everyone a friend. I don't know what you're doing, but I want to help. Is there anything I can do to help?
So, like, you turn towards it and you're, like, shouting at it, and you don't hear any response.
I assume Free's gonna be like, I guess the spell wore off or something, or maybe this one just can't talk. I don't know. What can I do? Wait. Oh, he might be the only one with keys, though.
Are you watching that guy?
That guy?
Yeah. Because
my thought was, like, what I really need to do, like, Friede is, even though he can, like, defend himself, he's not, like, a fighter.
Yeah.
And in a one-on-one with this guy with, like, magic things in his hand, he doesn't really know what to expect. But he wants to, like, free his friends, want to help him out, too, because, like, if the ship's going under and they're in cages, they're gonna die. But if that's the only one... Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to, instead of trying to shank him, I'm going to try to cut the keys off. No, this is not going to be that. There's nothing to do. Just shank him. That's all I got.
Okay. So as you, like, you're yelling at the snake thing, and then you turn around and you get this idea to go shank him again, and you see him actually lunge for you, but an 8 misses you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he like comes close, but he tries to grab you and misses. Do you want to try and stab him?
No. If he like missed, instead of stabbing him, I'm gonna go for the key and just try to rip him off.
Sure. Just do a. Do you have dex?
Dex, yeah.
Just roll a dex check.
So I'm just gonna roll a d20 and add 2. I'm not exactly sure
Sure.
how to do dex checks. 10.
So 10. He manages to like jump out of the way.
Yeah.
So the two of you are just like on the deck of this ship that's just like being crunched in half by this giant snake thing and trying to grab at each other. He's going to try and grab you again. What do you do?
If he's trying to grab at me, I'm gonna try to like back away, and if he misses, I will. It'll be really clear that like 1-on-1, like I just can't compete with him. Especially now that he's focused on me.
Yeah.
So I will run. I don't know, to the snake thing, I guess.
Okay.
Like, going down seems like a bad idea with the whole boat being crunched up.
So I rolled at a disadvantage because you were kind of dodging.
Yeah.
But he manages to grab you.
Yeah.
And he picks you up and he just goes to throw you over the edge. Is there anything that you want to do before that happens?
From the edge. I want to yell, "Blue wave, please catch me! Don't eat me!"
So you shout as you go over the edge of the ship and you splash in the water. And as soon as you like leave the ship, there's like this thundering presence in your mind.
Oh,
And it's not really saying anything, but it's essentially that like white noise that you've gotten used to of the presence there.
It's back.
Returns. Yeah.
Okay. So then that is one. I'm super happy because I didn't realize that Friede became like dependent on this voice, but now like he just like needs that.
Yeah.
2, but Friede is also a very one-track mind, and he's still like that guy, and specifically like frig him. I need to stab him in the face. And so it's gonna be like as I'm falling. What like even though Friede doesn't like water, he can swim. So it'll be like where you've been? I wanted to meet you. I don't know if I can now. And I guess like this like while I'm splashing into the water, I sense someone to meet you. I'd love to talk to you, but also I really want to stab that guy in the face. Can you help me with that? And then like we can talk or do whatever it is you want to do when you brought me down here.
So you don't get like a response necessarily, but like you feel like it heard you and are you treading water or like how are you in the water?
I assume like eventually I would like go straight up because I don't think he would have the present mind to be like, this thing is in the water, so maybe it works better in the water.
Right.
But if I'm on a ship, that means I'm dropping like fairly far. So I'm assuming I start out like 5 feet deep in the water.
Yeah. So essentially you come back up to the surface?
Yes.
Okay.
Although, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Would I see anything under the water?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
That answer is no, because I'm going to roll a 9. Where are you? Perception.
Oh, wow.
That is actually disconcerting.
So you did get a 9. It was just on your disadvantage if that was the case. But you're not rolling a disadvantage. So you plop into the water and off, like you can see the snake thing, and it's enormous. Like you can't even comprehend how big it is because it's wrapped around the ship and like it goes off into the distance, like where you can't see. But you also notice kind of down below the ship, but off a ways, you see a group of dolphins.
Hey!
And they're just kind of like swimming along and watching, but not getting very close.
Do I need to be able to actually verbally speak to do? I do.
Think so. Yeah.
So I assume I'm coming up to the end of my time with if I even have the time left. I assume I'm coming to the end.
You've got 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all of this hasn't taken much time to go through. Maybe halfway through.
Okay. So then what I want to do, one is just like freak out because I gotta process.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And while I do want to save my friends, I'm not sure I'm going back on that ship. I'm gonna swim up and then kind of like put my mouth in the water and yell, "Blue wave!"
Gotcha.
And then put my ear to the water and see if I can hear anything.
So you shout out, and then you put your ear down, and off in the distance, you hear, "We're here."
Is that my friend?
Sorry. Wasn't expecting that question. Let me think. Hang on.
Because like I know that they said eel.
Yeah. He says he doesn't know.
Okay, that actually makes me feel a little better. Not actually, I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse.
Right?
Okay. Okay, so Blue Wave is safe. That's good. I will. This is a tough one.
And like the coils crunch harder, and like the ship begins to break in half.
Okay, so then this is what I'm gonna. The ship is like very close to just like snapping.
Yeah.
Then I am not going back on that ship. No.
What?
I wanted to go back and stab him in the face. I
Yeah.
really did. Like, but if with my strength, I probably won't make it there in time. So I will tell Blue Wave. I think they're gonna jump into the water soon. If you want to play tricks.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to, I guess, like, swim far back so I can kind of see which side that one is going to be on. Oh, no, actually, I need to start thinking about getting to land. I forgot. Swimming takes energy.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I guess I'll say, hey, Blue Wave. Well, thank you for whatever it is you did. I don't know what happened to it, but I'm not free. I'm not there anymore. Can you help me get to land? Because I'm not as good at swimming as you are.
There's a pause, and Blue Wave says, "I think so."
That'd be great. Yeah. I just need. I'll be honest. I'm gonna get tired at some point, and I'm looking around, and I don't see
No.
anything.
No. I mean, for the most part, you see the ship, which is like not that far away from you, breaking in half. The big snake thing coiled around it. If you look the other way, it's just open water.
Yeah. So I would appreciate that help. If you could, that would be great.
So as you're doing this, there's a splash in the water next to you, and the guy who threw you overboard essentially jumped off the ship and landed next to you.
Oh my god. Do I have the dagger in my hand still?
Uh-huh.
I want to stab him in the face and yell, Blue Wave! I got him in the water!
Make an attack. Whoa. What just happened here?
I think I figured out Friede is a fan of the dramatic, unless it's dramatic enough with giant snakes crushing things.
Right? So you like swim over and you stab him, and he looks at you with this like look of surprise on his face, because like he threw you over here, but he wasn't like really expecting you to do that for some reason. And so you stab him. He's gonna try and grab you.
That's fair.
15?
Oh yeah, my armor class at right now is 12.
So with a 15, he grabs you and he like grabs your arm and like your head, and he just pushes you under the water.
Oh, okay, that's good. I like that. Theoretically, as like part elemental, I should be able to hold my breath for a long time. So then, instead of shanking it, ooh, I could shank him where the sun don't shine, though. No, friends come first. I'm gonna try underwater to like remove the keys.
Okay, go ahead and do your sleight of hand.
Light up hand. 16.
Yeah, so
now we're getting some rolls.
the arm he grabbed is actually the one that has has the dagger in it. So you just reach up with the other one and you like pull the keys out of his vest.
Right. Okay. So then, yeah. Then I'll do that. I have 8 rounds under hair before I start to drown.
Okay.
Apparently. So then I will look to Blue Wave.
Okay.
And see if Blue Wave is coming to play tricks on this guy.
Gotcha.
I know the giant snake is still here.
Yeah.
So he might be like, tricks are important, but not now.
So you kind of look around, and it's hard to see him. Like you catch glimpses of the dolphins over there, and there's definitely swimming. Looks like there's other people in the water as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy like essentially squeezes your arm that's holding the dagger and
Right.
like, kind of forces it. Make me a strength saving throw.
That's going to be a 6. I'm calling it now.
Oh. So you drop the dagger.
Okay.
So you've got the keys in your other hand. There's definitely like a lancing pain throughout your arm as he just like wrenches it.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Okay. The boat is still above water, right? Or ish? Like, specifically, what I want to know is my friends who are in the cages.
Yep.
Are they still, like, potentially...
So he's got you under the water, so you can't really see the boat above the water. You can look over and you see the submerged part of the boat with the coils wrapped around it, and essentially it looks like the bottom of the boat is leaning like this, so it's like broken in half probably at the top and is starting to separate. You don't see any cages like falling through the water. You don't see any non-humans in the water. Like you see a couple of the sailors trying to swim for it, like they're trying to swim back to the top. They probably jumped in.
Okay.
And you notice like some of the dolphins go over and like bump them.
I like these dolphins. Yeah. Like I'm being like hell. I guess I'll try to escape. That's all I can really do at this point.
Okay.
So that would be Can I use Dex for that?
Yeah. So you can do acrobatics, and he has to do. It's a contested, so he has to do athletics.
Yeah, he got me.
Is that a 5?
That's a 5.
Yeah, he still has you.
Then yeah, then I guess like I will like consistently try to get away, but I'm just gonna try to keep an eye on what's going on. I feel safe because I have Blue Wave and his friends there, even though he's not really getting close. I'd like to save my friends if possible, but I'm starting to get the feeling that unless I can I'd have to get away from this guy and then outswim him and then somehow get to the boat and unlock the cages.
Yeah. So let's do this. So you said you had 8 rounds. It's been 2.
Yeah,
so
underwater,
just do 6 acrobatics checks.
And let's just see the next one.
Oh,
natural 20.
That's pretty good. Let's see what he gets.
Don't get a natural 20.
So you managed to essentially, so he let go of your arm and just has a hold of like the robe that you were wearing, and so essentially you just like
squeeze,
like you shimmy out of the robe, so now you're just in the buff hanging in the water.
Which is how it should be in the first place.
Right. So you're not really like worried about it, and he stops and you see the robe like lift out of the water because he's like, oh, damn it, and he like tosses it away and he kind of like goes under the water and is looking for you. At that time, a dolphin kind of runs into
Yeah.
him, and
Nice.
the two of them kind of start like not fighting, but like the dolphin keeps like nudging him like away from you, and so he can't like get to you. What do you
Gotcha.
do?
Okay, so then we're gonna, as much as possible, like knowing that Blue Wave has said that he tried to help me out,
Yeah.
like call ass to get to the boat.
Okay. So
Um,
do you want
yeah.
him to help you do that, or do you want him to keep fighting off the guy?
I'll have him keep fighting off the guy.
Okay. So as you swim towards the boat, you can see that it's obviously broken in half, and like both ends now are facing essentially upright,
Right.
and they're beginning to like sink down. So you know you were in the tail end of the ship, and so you head that direction, and
Right.
you can like swim over, and it's sinking faster than like you can really swim, but like there's this drag to it too as like it's pulling the water, so you can kind of keep up to it, and you look
Yep.
in, and at the edge of your vision, because it's starting to get darker the further it goes down, you can see like people like holding onto the bars like watching you.
That is harsh as God damn it.
Hashtag I'm sorry.
Oh God, afraid. He's ice, so he doesn't have to worry about the bends, does he?
I mean, who knows?
You know what? Screw it. How close is the nearest dolphin to me?
That would be Blue Wave, and he's maybe 60 feet from you.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna call Blue Wave and be like, I don't know if it's possible, but can you help me like just get down there? Because you don't have hands. I have to be the one to unlock the thing.
Gotcha. So you like shout out, and your lungs are starting. Your lungs
Yeah, whatever they
are
are.
starting to burn. Essentially, you call out for him, and like the last of your air goes up,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
swims over.
Crap. Yeah, yeah.
So you like
I'll just
point,
grab on,
okay, and you like point
and
that way.
it's gonna. I'm assuming it's gonna start getting dark.
Yeah, yeah,
And I can't see. So now, no one else is gonna know this, but you, Jeremy, are gonna know this. Friede is gonna prioritize Boar because Boar was like more on his like
right,
level, like they were chatting, and not that he wants anyone else to die. But I'll be honest, I don't think Friede has the lung capacity or the rolls to save everybody.
right. So after you, what's your con modifier?
2.
2. Okay. So this is what happens. So you grab hold. You grab hold of Blue Wave, who then like takes off and swims into the ship as it's going down.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the pressure building, and even though like it's not, you can feel that it's cold, but it doesn't really affect you.
I remember this.
And you can definitely feel the pressure building, and they're like kind of holding their heads and trying to like look out at you, and you go up and you start unlocking that first one for Boar, like the Boar's door,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of go through a couple of the keys, and everything's
Crap.
getting darker, and you kind of realize like you're getting a little lightheaded,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you hear it underwater. You hear a click.
Okay, then I'm kind of tap on Blue Wave and like reach a hand in and be like, if you grab my hand, Boar, you might live, because we gotta go.
Gotcha. You can definitely feel like a pressure on your hand,
Mm-hmm.
and then you pass out. Okay, so Friede finds himself woken up, and the sense of his like burning sensation in his chest, like that drowning sensation as he like started gulping water, trying to save the people in the ship going down. That's all gone, and you're just surrounded by darkness. And then ahead of you
Mm-hmm.
what looks like an eye, but it seems like a symbol of an eye instead. And it's a little abstract, and it has like
Right.
this a couple of points that come off the top and bottom. Begins to glow off in the distance around you, like in front of you. What do you do?
Blue Wave, is that you? I'll walk like cautiously towards potentially my friend Blue Wave.
Yeah, and you feel like you're definitely in water, so you kind of like
Okay.
swoosh forward a little.
Well, I mean, can I breathe?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So I'll like doggy paddle towards the thing.
as it gets closer, like it gets large. Like it's larger than you, um, probably by twice as high,
Right.
and it just seems to glow in the darkness. And in your head, you feel that presence kind of swell.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not blue wave. It's not like you're not like talking to the dolphin, but that presence that was missing for a while there has returned. And even though it's not really a language, you
Mm-hmm.
begin to feel like this thought pattern in your head that your consciousness essentially turns into words you can understand.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So it says, you are one of my chosen.
You're okay. Chosen. That's good, right?
You
Is that why I
you
had to
bear
come
my
to the water?
mark, yet you have not sworn to me. Why?
I didn't know I had to swear. I only found out you were a thing like last night, last week, last month. It's been a long.
Right?
The day I came down was the day I kind of like put the things together. Um,
Do you wish to live?
yeah, like definitely, I would love to live.
Do you wish to be my presence on the surface?
So DM question, not DM question, like a
Yeah.
question about Friede's mental state. You said like he never felt threatened by this. He felt, or I think you said like there was not a malintent, like it was friend. Yeah,
Yeah, you never felt like having a voice and presence in your head was probably disturbing,
yeah.
but you never felt any sense of malintent against you. Probably the weirdest intention that you have felt was when it like instructed you to carve that symbol into the dead orc woman,
And ate the person.
and then it ate it, right? So that was weird.
But she also did like clock Pratia
Yeah,
fairly hard.
she was with a couple of bad people, and she almost straight out killed Pracha.
Yeah, I'm not too upset about that one. Okay, so I don't really understand what's going on, but as far as Friede can tell, this is a friend-ish. It is getting him closer to his mark, and last kind of out there question.
Yeah,
You said that Friede felt power flow through him when he did the carving of the symbol.
right. Yeah, it's almost like you carved the symbol. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna mute the mic on the. Sorry to ruin the moment here,
The tension is gone.
right? And then it passes. I didn't have to sneeze. Yeah, so it's snowing right now, and it's awesome because all of the crap that has been making my allergies go crazy is not in the air,
Oh,
except
nice.
for every so often I'm just like,
You get like a quick.
right? but it's gone now. So yeah, return to tension. Okay, so yeah, so you definitely felt you carved the symbol, and it seemed like it acted as a focus for you to be a conduit for power.
Hmm.
You're guessing that this is where that power is coming from. In fact, make an intelligence check.
All right, Friede, are you smart? I don't think you're very smart, Friede.
I'm going to give you
Uh,
advantage on this.
oh, okay. So then instead of this, that's not the thing. Intelligence is the, yeah. Did it 14?
14. So while you're like thinking about this and you're looking at this eye that's glowing in front of you, it looks really familiar. It doesn't look like the symbol that you carved, although that symbol did have like an eye motif kind of going on, but then it had like all of these like lines coming out of it. It seemed kind of like tentacles.
Right.
This seems really familiar in the way that like your the symbol in your arm looks. It doesn't look quite like this. It's almost like the one in your arm is an imperfect version of this. So you
Right.
definitely you start connecting that dot where this is definitely tied to your symbol.
Okay. Then yeah, I don't have any reason to say no, honestly. I like life. Life is fun. I was wishing I could stab that guy in the face. And I needed more power to do so. And he seems like, or this thing seems like an odd, but still loyal friend. Like it's been in my mind a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll kind of reach out with my left arm, not really showing what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would like to be your surface friend.
In your mind, you get this flash of visions, and they're really distorted from the way that your eyes work. But
Hmm.
you like the idea of these visions drives home kind of forcefully, and you kind of jerk and grab your head. In fact, as it's happening, you can hear the water around you kind of freezing, like that kind of rapid crystallization of the water around you,
Hmm.
and you see these creatures that remind you of sharks, but they have like arms and legs, and they're like stabbing at tritons, which is like a kind of like merfolk, but without.
Right.
They have two legs instead of a tail. So there's like some kind of battle going on between these. And in the distance, you feel another presence that's similar to the one that you are speaking with, that has been with you for so long. But this
Hmm.
one just seems. A moment ago, you were thinking, does this presence have any sense of malintent? And you never really felt that, but you feel that very much from this other thing that is out somewhere in the water.
Right.
And it just like pulsates through the water with this like hatred, and it just seems to drive these shark people forward, and almost seems like it's pushing back the tritons.
Hmm.
And then the scene is gone, and then it kind of replaces with a scene of these I don't know if you would have ever seen a troll or not, but for sake of description, this
Right.
kind of tall, rough skinned, kind of bluish rough skinned creature, gangly, weird features. There's several of them like overrunning a small village on the coast,
Hmm.
and you just see them like jumping on people and like biting down on their heads and ripping their heads off, and just like all of this carnage going on. And a few of these visions kind of cycle through your head, and then they fade away, and you're just kind of left floating in the water, and there's like little chunks of ice floating along with you.
Hmm.
And the presence essentially in your head, it feels like it says, "Are you sure? This will lead to much danger."
I mean, Friede was sure the second you were like, there was a second asshole out there who was like threatening this thing, who is
Right.
now like Friede's best friend somehow in my mind. I don't even know how that happened.
Screw Decim
Like,
and all of them. This guy.
yeah, no, like this guy, he was pretty cool. And then this guy essentially told Friede, there's someone who's like harassing me. Friede's like, nah, I don't play that. He's out. Yeah, Friede's in.
Okay. Nice. I like it. So that ice kind of like freezes in its flow, and this weird sensation in your arm begins to happen. And you look down, and like the ice of your arm begins rearranging, like parts of it like start kind of cracking and moving out, and it is the most intensely painful thing. But at the same time, your mind is a little separated from how your body feels, almost like the
Right.
presence is like holding you away from it. And that symbol rearranges to like perfectly match the eye in front of you.
He got me tatted up.
And in fact, we will talk about that because it seems like this might have some extra bonus
Ooh.
to it. But we'll do that off camera so that it can be a reveal later on. Yeah. And as that happens, you see just like at first you just see like multiple of these eyes showing up around you, like the symbol. But then as their light begins to kind of illuminate the area you're in, you just see like coil upon coil upon coil wrapped around you in this like sphere, and on the coils are these symbols, and it's always the same symbols. Some are larger and some are smaller, but it almost seems like these symbols run the length of this creature that has wrapped itself around you, and it reminds you somewhat of that thing that crushed the boat, but much bigger. Like it's so large you can't like see its head or tail. You just see these coils wrapped in this ball around you.
Bigger than the thing that crushed the boat.
Yeah.
Which, when I looked for the thing that crushed the boat, I could not see where the thing came from.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Friede it's not like I'm second guessing my decision. I am. Yeah, we'll just stay there. This is. I thought the danger was going to happen later down the line, not like immediately.
So as the symbol sets in your arm, you feel this like kind of jolt, and everything around you begins to disappear as the eyes are all lighting up, and then you find yourself coughing up water on some beach. And you look back and the ocean's just like open before you. You can't see any creatures or no ships. You do see like some flotsam kind of floating along on the top of the water, some barrels and some chunks of wood, but you don't see any creatures that are like out in the water. And the area that you're on is just kind of there's like a little beach with a rocky cliffside that, I mean, not like a huge cliffside, but like a cliffside in front of you.
Right. I'm just gonna lie down for a second and kind of catch my breath. Oh, I'm never going to the beach again. That was the worst. And then I guess when I'm like recovered, I'm going to find the highest point I can like the highest point I can easily reach.
Yeah.
So if that cliffside takes like actual climbing skill to get up, we're not messing with that.
It looks like you could walk down the beach, and there's like a little bit of area where you could walk up fairly easily to get up onto the cliffside.
That's what we're gonna do then.
Okay. Once you're up there, what do you do?
I just want to look around and because I don't have that much experience outside of like the Iceland
Right.
So I don't know how to tell where I am. If I want to see if I can see anything of no, like any like cities or civilizations,
Sure.
something that I could be like, that's the place I should be,
So
and not
looking
on this.
around, especially with this like bit of height, you can definitely see there's like wreckage of probably the ship that's kind of washing in. So you feel like you're not far from where the ship went down, although you couldn't see land from there, so it's probably washed in
Hmm.
from that point. And looking the other direction, you see just some like trees, like copses of trees off in the distance, some rolling hills that are kind of like plainsy, not really like green rolling hills, but more like dirt and scrub brush and all of that. You don't see any towns or cities.
Mm, mm, mm. No towns or cities. I do have to eat. Yeah.
That is true.
Are there like fruit trees on this beach?
You don't see any fruit trees on the beach, no.
Good
Um,
God. Okay. Um,
there are those barrels that are like washing ashore. There might be food down in there. You're not
I
really
guess
sure
yeah.
where they were getting your food when you were a prisoner, so.
Okay, I will check the like scavenge because I know like well I'm pretty sure they were feeding me like people.
You definitely, at least the Triton that died, you were pretty sure that was,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think they were eating people. I think they were eating like actual food. So
Yeah,
maybe that wasn't the half that's here. Yeah, so we're just gonna scavenge and see what we can find.
sure. Uh, so if you go down and you just kind of wait for the barrels to come in, or you can swim out a little bit and bring them in, you can end up finding like there's a big barrel of like pickles. There'll be pickles, and then there's like another barrel that's like salted fish. Um, I mean, they may not be your favorite choices, but they'll keep you alive.
Yeah, I think that's where we are right now. Um, okay, so I want to do some kind of like maybe a survival check because I know
Sure.
I was on a ship.
Yeah.
I know I went in a direction. I don't think I know what direction it was.
Yeah.
But maybe I can tell like from the climate, like where I would be, because like if it was like super far north somehow, there'd be ice, and I know
Right.
I'm not there. So like maybe something like that. It's gonna get a bearing of
Sure.
which direction I need to head to get back to the desert.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a survival.
Are you good at surviving? You are not good at surviving. Oh, you are good at surviving.
What'd you get?
17.
Nice. So as you sit there and you kind of keep looking around while you're collecting this food, and you watch the sun track for a little bit, and you're pretty sure that you are further east. You are further east from Shelzar, uh, in the direction of Calastia. At least where you believe
Uh,
Calastia to be, like having not been
right,
there, because you came from Obadia, which is kind of to the it is to the northwest quite a ways.
right. Okay. So then, this is what I'm gonna. I've had a long time, so I'm make me some nice pickles and fish.
Yeah,
Try my best to. Actually, no, I'm not gonna make any fire. I don't want fire. That's bad. I'm just gonna have some raw pickles and fish.
yeah. I mean,
I think
so
that's the
the fish is salted, so you're pretty sure it's like prepped and probably okay.
yeah,
It doesn't smell bad, so you
yeah.
sit
Okay,
down and you like make a weird little sandwich with
pickles on the outside
yeah,
and
yeah.
fish. Oh.
um, I guess you have like the little bit of like your lockpick thing left. You could just like hollow out the pickle and fill it with salted fish,
That poor lockpick.
right? So how long do you want to like hang out on this beach?
Um, I mean, it honestly doesn't make sense to stay there very long. So like tonight for sure, because the sun's going down.
Yeah,
Yeah. So tonight for sure, I'm just gonna eat and like chill out. I'll think to my friend if my friend's there. Um, kind of testing the water because I've never actually like tried to communicate or like have a back and forth like thought thing.
Right.
I think at this point I don't expect much. But it's like a presence in my mind, so even if it's ignoring me, it's still like there. So I'll be like, pickles and fish is not the best meal. And then I guess I'll go to sleep, and then if tomorrow, cause I remember I had exhaustion, like I was starting to build up exhaustion.
I think so, yeah. I think you're at A level.
1 level, okay. Yeah, I think the best thing to do is gather as many pickles and fish as I can.
Okay.
Final question.
Yeah.
If I know, like, or if I have an idea of where I am, i.e., east of home, somewhere in between home and Calastia.
Yeah.
Are there any other like bigger cities in between those two, or are they just like those two?
You do know that there are some other cities in the province where Shelzar sits. Off the top of my head, I can't think of what they're called though. You know that like that area used to be like a fairly populated empire, but much of that has fallen. So you've heard that there are ruins that way. There is at least one other city of decent size that you've heard of that's like affiliated with Shelzar.
Gotcha. That, considering I was at least on the boat for 6 days sailing.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk there without proper preparation. That's a death threat, that death sentence. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take whatever remains of the boat and try to make some kind of like makeshift raft.
Okay.
If successful, I want to be out. I'll be on the ocean because I know Blue Wave was out there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Blue Wave is still going to be there, considering who my new friend is. But I can't talk to like animals and like. So I stay close to the shore, making my way back west, in the hopes that maybe I find a boat who's not a slave ship, and I can get to a place where I can have civilization. I think that's the go-to plan.
Okay. All right. So with that plan in mind, I think that's pretty much everything we need to do to see whether or not the rest of the group catches up with you, or if you are forever floating on the ocean by yourself. So, you are the first character to gain a level.
Yay!
You are now a warlock, and Chaz has chosen to use the Pact of the Kraken, although there's a little bit of play going on with that.
Yeah.
You might figure it out in the future. You may not, because you never know. But if you go to the Sluritian Vault or Drive Through RPG and you Google, or you search for, I guess you're not Googling it if you're on there. You search for the Gelspad Companion Volume 6. That is the source of this Pact of the Kraken, which is pretty cool. I'm a fan. We'll see how things go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Any questions?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, then that'll be it for us for this session, and then hopefully they will catch up with Friede soon.
I have a feeling that we're gonna pass Friede. We're gonna roll like a 2 on perception. Right. Just keep going back.
Friede's gonna see them and he's gonna be like, "Hey!" And they're just like, "Do you hear something?" No, I don't hear anything.
What's those dolphins again? They keep playing pranks on us.
They keep they keep swimming by with signs. Hey, we know where your friend is. Tricksters. So we will say goodbye for now, but thanks everyone for watching this super secret solo session.
Yes.
And
this was fun.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.